Okay, this week I want to go over a review of a basic under the legs pass. Basically in Jiu-Jitsu you only have 3 major routes to pass and then infinite varieties for guard passing. You can either go under the legs, around the legs, or over the legs, right? So we're going to go under the legs this time with a basic steering wheel pass. Just want to make sure we hit all the primary control points and weight. I'm going to show another counter there out of the many variations that works really well if your partner's very good at blocking you out from doing the under the legs pass. Okay, so first one, steering wheel pass. If I can get both of my arms under, that's ideal. I want to keep my elbows in tight so he can't reach through and get an underhook on me, but I want to make sure I first get that control on the legs. So any opportunity I have in here looking to pass, when I can dive under, I want to lock that in. Now I'm not using bicep strength here to curl in and squeeze. I'm just pinching my elbows in tight to take the space out. It's also going to make it hard for him to dig an underhook in. See if you try, get it very tight here. Now, immediately, he's going to start to try and move his hips and create space. So what I like to do from here is slide him up so my knee comes right underneath that tailbone. Even though he can still move around, he doesn't have much weight that he can put on his legs because his hips are immobilized. Just move from here. I always want to test that first. Now my next move from here would be either to move my grips up to the collar. In a lot of cases, I like to reach up high on that lapel. So I'm going to press forward here with a little bit of forward pressure, and then only once I'm close to him, he may be framing me out with his arms, I'm just going to stack him until I can reach up here to his collar or his trap. Make that an easy reach. This hand is controlling, and then what I like to do from here, especially if he's really trying to, say, frame my hip on the other side, is I reach to the back of his pants. Now I can make his knee meet his nose. Okay, so as Matt starts to press away with his arms, doesn't matter. As I collapse, I attach my hip to his hips, sprawl on him, I come right down, all my weight focused right on top. So one more time through. First in here, controlling those legs. As I make my move, cinch my elbows in, lift. Now controlling the hips, you're moving. Try to frame around with your arms, good. I'm patient in here, waiting for his body to get collapsed a little bit as I press forward, make my grip, other hand behind the tailbone, knee to nose, and collapse. Even if he's trying to push away on my hip, that will usually break that structure right down. Okay. Now let's just turn this way for a sec. So the variation I was talking about, I came up with for some of the guys that are very good at making their legs heavy and using their hands to frame you away so that you can't get that distance, can't get that accordion effect on his body. So from here I have that. Now Matt is starting to really curl down with his legs. Okay, he's engaging his core, framing me away. So as I'm trying to get him propped up, collapse, it's not working. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm going to take my hand here and I'm going to feed tight to his bottom lapel of his gi, just to hold that in nice and tight. And now at the same time, as I'm trying to move, I'm relying on his frame on my body, or even if I start to come around and you frame on the outside, good. I'm just going to grab here, right at his elbow. Now, instead of trying to come around with my shoulder first, this time I'm actually going to do a baseball slide. So he's doing a really good job of weighting down on my legs, or excuse me, on my arms. Now, I'm sitting through, okay? Notice I'm not just sitting on the mat, driving my hips in with pressure, and I'm using the control here so he can't roll away in either direction. Now I just come through with my hips from here, and if he tries to roll, I've got him locked in so I can come all the way around for the pass. Kind of a surprise move. People are used to you coming around leading with your shoulder and attaching to the hip. This time you're leading with your lower body. Okay, so one more time, a slightly different angle. That's weighting down. Okay, so I'm taking the time in here to feed a grip nice and tight to his gi. Make sure I'm controlling his hip. Now as he's pressing away on me, I take the opportunity to grab and I sit through. Hips driving in off of my feet. And I'm going to take my time coming around this grip here, making sure if he tries to roll out, that I can catch him and keep him nice and locked down.